Does your furry friend take over your bed every night? It's time to reclaim your space while giving them the comfort they deserve with the coldest, cozy dog bed. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description to buy now on Amazon.
Heather Locklear was seen looking like the picture of health as she went book shopping in Los Angeles, 1 year on from her erratic appearance on the ledge of an office building. The 62-year-old TV icon, whose battles with mental health issues and addiction are well documented, was pictured perusing the shelves of a Barnes Noble store in Westlake Village. Buck of books. In exclusive DailyMail.com pictures, the Melrose Place actress looked relaxed and happy in a floral summer dress while clutching a Louis Vuitton handbag as she took her time around the store before settling on 3 books. Locklear ended up picking out quite an eclectic bunch of books, among them, What This Comedian Said Will Shock You by Bill Maher, by political commentator and TV host, The War on Warriors, Behind the Betrayal of the Men Who Keep Us Free, by Fox News host Pete Hegseth, and Flashpoint, an FBI thriller, by Catherine Coulter. After leaving the store accompanied by her assistant, who fittingly wore a Motley Crue t-shirt, she enjoyed lunch at the sushi restaurant Sea Butter. Locklear's book-buying spree came exactly a year after she was seen walking along the ledge of a building and talking to herself. DailyMail.com spotted Locklear being dropped off by her fiancé, former motocross racer Chris Heiser, for an appointment last July. When she emerged from the building, she kept Heiser waiting in his car and was seen making her way along the ledge of the building and sprinting across the street. Locklear looked nervous as she steadied herself by holding on to pillars in order to avoid a steep drop into the parking lot and dumpster below. Locklear, who wore army fatigue sweatpants and an off-the-shoulder t-shirt, then sat at the top of a staircase for a while where she read from a journal and began talking to herself while looking distressed. At one point she was seen pointing angrily to something written in the diary and gesticulating in an animated fashion before pushing it firmly back into her purse. Eventually, after well over an hour by herself, Locklear ran over to Heiser, who had waited patiently in the car. He appeared happy to give her the space she wanted and the pair drove off together in his SUV. DailyMail.com broke the news in 2020 that 3 years after rekindling her relationship with her high school sweetheart, Locklear accepted Heiser's proposal. She has been going steady with her on-off beau since cleaning up her act following a highly publicized stint in rehab. The pair dated in the late 1970s at Newbury Park High School in California, went through multiple marriages and have had their share of ups and downs since getting back together in the fall of 2017. They were an item before Heather went on to marry Motley Crue rocker Tommy Lee from 1986 to 1993 and Bon Jovi guitarist Richie Sambora from 1994 to 2007, with whom she has a daughter, Ava, 25. But now new fears are enveloping Heather, who starred in shows throughout the 1980s and 90s including Dynasty, T.J. Hooker and Spin City. It's been Ava's steadfast support of her mother that was said to have helped the star get sober in 2019. Ava reportedly had a front-row seat to her mother's fall from grace that kicked off with a DUI after she and Sambora split in 2006. The next decade was filled with hospitalizations, several arrests and the stints in rehab. In February 2018 she was arrested for domestic violence and for battery against a police officer who attended the incident at her mansion in Thousand Oaks, California. In June, she was arrested again for allegedly verbally and physically abusing an ambulance EMT who responded to her home following a call for help. Then in November 2018, she was placed on a 5,150 hold, where patients can be hospitalized for 72 hours if it is determined they are a danger to themselves or others, after her therapist determined that she was experiencing a mental breakdown. In August 2019, Locklear pleaded no contest to 8 misdemeanor counts. 5 counts of battery on a peace officer, 1 count of battery on an emergency medical personnel, and 2 counts of resisting, obstructing or delaying a peace officer. These involved 2 separate incidents when cops were called to her Thousand Oaks home after complaints of fights with Heiser. She was ordered to complete a 30-day residential rehab stay in a mental health facility with a 120-day jail sentence suspended. L.